For the brand!
What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is your, for like the first time in like forever, an NXT post-show review for December 13th, 2022. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Tuesday nights, wherever you may be. With everything going on with the whole Tuesdays talk possibly moving to the weekend, I thought it would be a great idea to do an NXT post show because we haven't done an NXT post show in quite some time. And man, oh man, was it a great time to do an NXT post show because TJ is here with me and we have a new NXT Women's Champion, y'all.
1 second. I must. This is a special occasion. It calls for someone else. It calls for someone else besides TJ.
Yeah, so get ready, y'all. Don't worry. We got this.
Outside the brand.
Yeah.
Acknowledge your Bayou Chief.
I'm feeling you, see? I'm fine with that. I'll do that.
Roxanne Perez. Shawn Michaels, come here. Shawn Michaels, come right here. You know what you did when you put that title on Roxanne. You knew how I would react, but no, you like to play games with me. Phil, why would you play games with me? You know damn well I can't get to Florida. You know damn well I can't get there to spit game with Roxanne. Why would you do this to me? If she's not at the Royal Rumble, I'm going to come down there, Sean. I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm going to bring Jay with me. I'm going to bring Jimmy. I'm going to bring Solo. I'm going to bring the Wise Man. I'm going to even bring Sammy. And we're going to show you what happens when you play games with your Bayou Chief. Because this is my content. This is my platform of relevancy. And you will acknowledge me, and you will acknowledge Roxanne Perez as your new NXT Women's Champion. Bayou Chief out. That was weird. Phil, who was that?
Huh?
Who was that?
Oh, listen, I don't know.
Anyway,
listen.
Roxanne!
That's right, baby. Roxanne Perez is the new NXT Women's Champion.
I don't want to rip this
Do not rip that shirt.
Right. It's a good shirt, but
oh man, it's such an incredible journey for Roxanne, winning the NXT Breakout Tournament, then becoming the champion at the end of the year. Like it's just an incredible rise, an incredible year.
Not only becoming champion at the end of the year, she started off the year as the ROH Women's Champion, the first ever ROH Women's Champion.
Yeah. She was the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, which they actually mentioned tonight on commentary. Then when she got to NXT, she won the Breakout Tournament. Then at the end of the year, winning the NXT Women's Championship in one of the most illustrious wins, not only just in NXT history, but especially her career, beating Mandy Rose, who had a 413-day reign as NXT Women's Champion. Third longest reign in the history within that championship's existence. It's legitimately one of the most meteoric rises that we've seen in NXT, especially for the women's division. And I mean, Obviously, TJ's proud. I've been very proud of Roxanne ever since, really getting to know her from the Ring of Honor days. It's just an incredible journey. It really has, and I love being a part of it. I love seeing the absolute growth of this woman because she's only 21 years old.
Only
She's only
21.
21,
See,
and she's doing great things.
my love for Roxanne goes way back. I first saw her down here where I live in Texas City, literally a minute from my house, where Booker T's gym is, where he holds Reality of Wrestling. I saw her compete live. If I remember correctly, it was her versus the Pink Dream, Ashley Garcia, and I instantly knew the talent this woman had. Instantly fell in love. Instantly, like, started tracking her progress, like watching her career. And when she won the ROH Women's title, I lost my shit. When the
Yep.
rumors started swirling that she would be part of NXT, I really lost my shit because I was like, I'll be able to watch her on a weekly basis on live TV. Everyone else will get to see just how talented this woman is. And now she's your new motherfucking NXT Women's Champion. Put
Yeah,
some respect on Roxanne's name out there.
yeah. It's such a great rise.
I'm sorry, Ronda Rousey could never. Ah!
I mean, she can't. He's not wrong, but the thing and the thing is, like Devin is saying, the beautiful thing is that she is legitimately only 21 years old. She's not even in her prime yet. She's still very much growing, and I think we all can definitely still see that. But the fact of the matter is, Shawn Michaels is trusting in her as a 21-year-old woman within the company to take the reins and lead this women's division into the future. And I think that's and that's not even basically what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. Roxanne Perez is going to be not only a great women's champion, but she is going to be she's just going to be an inspiration for all
Yes,
these young
sir.
girls out there that want to be a part of, professional wrestling. She's been wanting to do this since she was 7 years old. And now
Yeah.
she's here as the NXT Women's Champion. Incredible stuff. There's just no. You can't just not feel happy for Roxanne Perez. I mean, everything
Hey,
that she's been going through, it's
hey,
just an incredible thing to see.
ain't this what we've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm ready for. I'm ready for that Roxanne and Cora Jade feud happening WrestleMania weekend. That's going to happen.
Stand and
WrestleMania weekend,
deliver.
we're going to be getting that.
Mm, 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 mm.
And we got some more women that were showcased tonight. Not only Roxanne Perez winning the NXT Women's Championship, but we do have a new debuting superstar in what I keep. It's not that I'm forgetting her name on purpose. It's that sometimes I don't even really I
Yeah.
don't even remember her as this name, so it's gonna definitely be something to get used to. But Lyra Val
Valkyria, right?
Valkyria,
Valkyria?
yeah. I've been looking forward to Lyra's NXT debut for a very long time. I've seen Lyra before she was even Lyra in here in Connecticut. She's done a few shows here in Connecticut on the Indies, and she's just an incredible worker. I mean, and even I'm just saying right now, like when it comes to the presentation of Val, Valkyria, holy shit, is it top notch? I mean, they are legitimately positioning this woman to be a future women's champion within the next year or so. Like they are definitely giving Valkyria something to just grab onto. And this presentation for her, absolutely top notch. I can't wait to see what she does in this company.
Oh yeah. I don't know how. I didn't get to watch too much of her match because where was I? I'm trying to remember what time. I think I was at the doctor's office while the whole thing was going on. Yeah, so I was like in and out of it. But her presentation, I fucking love it. Especially her AR. I
Yeah,
love that thunderstorm looking shit.
yeah. Um, Kiana James was also on tonight's episode of NXT where she was handing Briggs a she was handing Briggs a early Christmas present, and I think they're gonna try to do something, some kind of like romantic angle between those two. Kiana James is somebody you guys want to look out for, and I'm telling you guys this right now. 2023 is going to be like it's going to be a very good breakout year for Kiana James heading into 2023. I'm just telling you, she's going to be champion in 2023, and I'm telling you guys this right now. So you guys better mark my words, and I don't care if you guys mark my words and you guys record this. I'm telling you guys right now, Kiana James is going to be NXT Women's
Phil would
Champion
kill me, Josh. Phil would kill me.
in
Not even Adam Cole would
2023, and
kill
I
me.
saw that.
Phil would kill me.
Listen,
Josh, he gonna ban you. You better calm down. That's his.
I'm gonna ban you if you ever step foot near my Britt Baker. Don't you even dare do that. But I'm telling you guys right now, Roxanne Perez is going to be an incredible champion. Kiana James is going to be a future NXT Women's Champion in 2023. You can mark my words there. And it's just going to be an incredible year for that women's division heading into the next year. I love it. I love it all. The men's, like, everything that happened on tonight's episode of NXT, it wasn't a bad episode by any means. I just, like, and especially with the whole Roxanne win, I'm just saying with everything going on, like, I don't know how to feel about NXT. I want to like it, right? I want to like it. But for me, there's just something about the presentation of it all. I don't know how to even explain it. Sometimes the presentation of some things on NXT, this version of NXT, just seems all hokey, and it just seems too main roster-esque to me. Like, what was that whole point of the whole Pledge of Allegiance thing? I mean, come on.
That was funny as shit to me.
I thought it was funny, but I'm like, why? What is this whole fucking purpose? Like, this just seems so corny. Like, I don't mind giving our whole like country like a whole like thing. I don't mind acknowledging our
Imagine,
country.
imagine if Roman did that. He goes, "You want a title shot? Do a haka right now." And you see motherfuckers go, "Ha! Come on, come on!" Start doing hakas and shit.
I don't mind like giving our country some praise and everything like that, but like it just does not. It does not, and it definitely fits New Day. I'm not saying it doesn't fit New Day because New Day's just incredible. I just don't know.
It
Some
was
of the
fun.
things I just wish are, it just doesn't feel some rights to me. But other than that, I thought the show was pretty good. We got some great we got some good segments up in here. We had some good matches. Other than that, I mean, it's just your normal episode of NXT. I really don't think there wasn't really anything too special other than the NXT Women's Championship win tonight. There was some news happened earlier on in the day about Vince McMahon. We all know Vince McMahon. He's in trouble again, but what? But after everything that happened over the course of the last few months, I mean, what else is new?
I need my good
Um,
glasses for this.
he's in some trouble again, not doing not paying some people that he was supposed to be paying or whatever. And then yeah, some allegations came out once again about him. But regardless, he's still trying to make a comeback to the WWE, and I think that's going to be an absolute dire mistake by
Mhm.
WWE if they actually do allow him to come back.
Exactly. And I'll tell you why. Computer, turn Robin red.
Ah, shit.
Bring it in right here.
He's
Vincent Kennedy
injured now.
McMahon. Listen and listen clearly. If you even think about stepping foot back in the WWE, we will terminate you. If you even think about coming in here and messing up Triple H's booking, we will slap you around silly. If you even think about coming in here and saying, we're going to change Omos's name to Big Giant Dud, I will personally stick my foot so far up your ass, you wouldn't know what you had for dinner last night. If you even think so much as to breathe the name WWE, Vince, I will give you a colonoscopy that you've never been given before. Simple to say, Vince, keep your ass far, 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 far away from WWE. I want you so far away that Russia has a better chance of getting here before you. I want you so far away, God himself would be closer to us than you. I want you so far away that the sun itself would hit the earth before you could reach Titan Towers. Do you understand, Vince? Do you?
I understand, but I don't know. He does. Yeah. I just think it would be a terrible mistake letting him back into the company, mainly because we are on track of having one of the most talked about WrestleManias within at least the last 10 years. I mean, we are getting to a point where this WrestleMania that Triple H is going to be booking is going to be absolutely spectacular. And the thing is, Triple H, he's trying to lead this company to the future. The only thing that Vince McMahon would be doing is just taking 5 steps back.
I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I feel like Triple H could potentially put on the best WrestleMania since 31.
Oh, easily. Easily. I'm just saying, like, the fact of the matter is, I think with all of this coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vince would rather see WWE die first before he
Yeah.
even allows his own family to try to, make it prosper and make it, it can actually mean something in the grand scheme of things for the future and for years to come.
And did you see that other report about how if he did return, what would have to happen and what he would possibly do because he's that fucking crazy?
Oh yeah, it's a terrible situation. It's a terrible move. Like, I get it. To some certain extent, he doesn't want to not be there for WrestleMania. But why don't you just trust your own family? Why can't you trust your son-in-law and Triple H? You legitimately gave him the keys to the kingdom years ago. And I'm not even talking about the whole king of kings shit. I'm not even talking about all of that shit. I'm legitimately talking about how you legitimately groomed this man in order to get to where you are right now. You had him do everything in NXT to get to the main roster and to actually do stuff here now. Why are you trying to take that away from him? And not only him, your daughter, who's co-CEO within the company.
And see, that's the bad thing about Vince. If you let him, this motherfucker would not step down until he was in a casket. He is that stubborn.
WWE is always going to have the stigma of Vince McMahon within it until the man legitimately passes away. And nobody is wishing that upon anybody. But just because Vince is gone from the backstage area within the WWE does not mean he doesn't have influence. He does have influence within this company. It's just not in the ways that it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's gonna try to come back. He's gonna take everything away if this is gonna actually happen. And now, and it's not gonna feel the same anymore. Raw hasn't felt the same anyway. within the
And
last
I
few
don't know
weeks.
how true it is, but I saw a report earlier that said some wrestlers already said if he does come back, they are walking out. And
And
honestly,
I
I
can't
don't blame them.
I can't blame him for that because the entire morale within this company ever since Triple H and Stephanie took over has been
Hmm.
sky high. Vince was the whole catalyst of everything being so down
Yeah. Think
because
of
he had
all
a
the people
terrible work rela-
fired. What's going to
he had
happen
a
when if he comes back to all those
yeah,
people?
yeah. He had a terrible work relationship with everybody that was involved within his roster. He did not allow anybody to at least give some sort of like prominence within their own storylines or divisions or what have you. It, it's just not a good business move, and the fact the fact that there is a petition going around to make him not come back to WWE is fucking hilarious. But it's not
Also,
just
thinking about it as a business way is the best scenario because
yeah.
think about it this way: if he did come back, you know how fast their stock would tank. It would tank so fast. It would be like a mini Great Depression for WWE.
It's terrible. I know Sean Ross said it's fake, but or the reports was like not true or whatever, but I don't know. There's still something about Vince that he would still
Yeah,
try to do this, regardless of if the reports are
yeah.
fake or not or whatever.
And
Like,
see, that's another thing. News sites, and it's two that come to mind: Ringside News and Zero News. Those motherfuckers are either with Ringside most of the time their shit is fake. Zero,
yeah,
all the time their shit is fake. If you
yeah.
ever see that green X reporting some shit, it is false than a motherfucker. I saw somebody
I
posted
never
about it
even
today.
heard.
That shit is so false.
I've never even heard of Zero News, so I don't even follow them. I always follow WrestlingNews.co and/or WrestleZone.
Mhm.
Those are really the two that I follow, and obviously Sean Ross and everybody that's like an actual credible source on the Twitter Spaces and everything like that. But the fact of the matter is, like,
Mhm.
I
The way I see it, if your
I
face is not your profile picture, I am not going to listen to a word you're saying if you are not a credible source.
true. I mean, I understand Sean said what he said, that the whole reports and everything were not true and all that stuff, but until like it legitimately comes out by multiple sources that it's legitimately not happening, there's still somewhat of a of something, some kind of shimmer
I'm
or
going to say, because
something
you
that
know, WWE is never going to mention it.
I
They're
just
not going to
don't
say,
agree.
oh, those reports are false. They're not going to
Yeah,
do that.
I mean WWE should say
Yeah.
something about it, but
If I was
they're
Stephanie,
not.
that's the first thing I'd do. I'd be like, hey, put this report out right now. Let them know that nigga ain't coming back. That old motherfucker is not stepping foot back in this business.
I don't know, guys, but regardless, um, if anything comes out from any of that, we'll obviously let you know. But yeah, let's do this thing. Let's talk about NXT. Thought it was a pretty dang good show tonight, but there were some things for me when it comes to just main roster esque bullshit that it's just gonna have for me to take some getting used to. But other than that, it was not a bad show, and we are just gonna be doing an NXT review tonight, just like usual, um, or just like we used to do. Before Tuesday's talk became a thing, and then maybe sometime this weekend we'll just come on in here, talk about the wrestling, and see where things go, and see where the night takes us. But thank you guys so much for joining us right here on OTB. I appreciate you guys for coming on in here. Hit the like button. Turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We will be live tomorrow for the AEW Dynamite post-show review. AEW Dynamite has their Winter is Coming event. So that is going to be absolutely incredible. Ricky Stars
Also,
versus MJF for that.
Tony
And
says he got some new music. He said he bought the rights to his favorite song, and then said, "Make sure you tune in tomorrow."
I I
So
I I think I already heard about that.
I want to know what song it is, and if it's going to be for a wrestler, and if so, what wrestler? You think Tony will
So
debut somebody? Mm-hmm.
maybe, but I don't know. So like I said, like I was saying, AEW Dynamite winner is coming. Ricky Starks versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. We got Ty Mello taking on Ruby Soho tomorrow, which should be pretty good. Um, we got a lot of stuff on the channel that's going to be coming up, so stay tuned for all of that. Stay tuned for tomorrow's post show for AEW, and yeah, man, we're going to be getting some good things going on here, and we'll see where the week takes us. But for right now, let's get right into NXT on OTB. There you go. Look at that. See, look at that.
Look at that.
That was fire.
Fill
That
with
was
the
straight fire.
bars.
Um,
Yeah.
all the links for everything are down in the description below as well, so you guys can go follow us if you guys if you ever want to. If you want to follow me, it's at @FuliMat_ on all social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, basically everywhere you can find me. It's at @FuliMat_. So go follow me. I was live tweeting all night tonight. It was a pretty dang good show, and we will get started right now for the NXT post-show review. Let's go. So, we had an in-ring segment starting off with Roxanne Perez. Of course, at this point in time, she was not the NXT Women's Champion. She was just the Iron Survivor Challenge winner, and she was in the ring thanking the fans. Grayson Waller arrives in the NXT parking lot. And he is going on about how he became the Iron Survivor. Waller walks through the crowd. Perez tries to get Waller's attention, but he just keeps talking. Perez gets upset and yells for Waller to shut up. Waller wasn't the only Iron Survivor. In fact, she did it before him and did it from the #1 spot, unlike him. Waller mockingly calls her Booker T's favorite wrestler, which I'm pretty sure it's not too far off anyway. So even if it was a mockery, it's probably not too far off. She had him the match before him because she had to get home to be tucked into bed for the night by Grayson Waller. That's just, it's just Grayson Waller being Grayson Waller. Waller says that Perez has puked because she will never beat Mandy Rose. Bron Breakker then walks out on the stage and calls Perez the Iron Woman of NXT. She won after going the full 25 minutes. Waller says none of that even matters. He's going to outsmart Breakker and win the NXT Championship. Breakker then chases Waller into the crowd. Mandy Rose attacks Perez from behind. Rose walked up the ramp, and Perez gets on her feet and says that she doesn't even want to wait for a premium live event to face her. She wants to face her tonight, and Mandy Rose agrees. Very intense segment. I thought everything about this was great. I like the attack from behind by Mandy, really showing that it's kind of like an underdog type story for Roxanne Perez. Breakker and Waller, they're gonna kill it whenever they face off. It's probably gonna be on Vengeance Day, and it was just a good overall segment to start off the show tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty good. As soon as Roxanne started challenging it, I remember our group, we blew up and we're like, nah, they're not putting it on it tonight, are they? But nah, you can't have Roxanne take the L. And we started throwing out ideas of like match stoppage, interference, and shit. But yeah, I like the way they set it up, especially with the attack, and then Grayson Waller. He's Grayson Waller. You can't get enough of him. It definitely makes me think Booker T is gonna have to step in the ring against them at some point, though.
I don't think Booker's getting in the ring. I don't.
I mean, because
I don't
Grayson
think
keeps taking shot after shot at him. So either Booker's gonna step in the ring, or
Well,
Booker's gonna bring
that
someone
was
to
just
fight
because
him.
of Roxanne. That was only because of Roxanne and how
But
they
it's
were
not the
training.
first time. Remember, at Deadline, he even went in Booker's face and started talking shit and mocking the spinner Rooney. He's been going after Booker week after week.
Well, I haven't watched week after week. I
That
didn't
is
see
true. That is
it.
true.
I only watched NXT Deadline. I've only watched NXT Deadline, so before I even knew it, I thought at that point in time I thought Apollo Crews was like the Green Lantern or something like that because he was seeing visions. And that's
Oh,
all
that's
I
true.
knew from it. But 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 yeah, I thought this was a very cool segment. Just getting the underdog story in there for Roxanne Perez, and we definitely saw what that led to in tonight's main event. I was saying in our group chat that I'm like, listen, like with everything going on right now, why would you have Roxanne come in at the #1 spot, last all 25 minutes, win the actual thing, become the first ever Iron Survivor Challenge winner, and lose her NXT Women's Championship match? That makes no sense whatsoever.
Not at all.
She was going to win the championship. She was going to be the one to beat Mandy Rose. But after everything that happened with Mandy over the course of the weekend, it might have been punishment. It might have been not punishment. But the fact of the matter is she was always going to win the championship. So,
And if they would have had her lose it, I'd have been booking a flight to Florida right now.
she was definitely not going to lose that championship. I'm like, it would make no sense at all if she was the first ever Iron Survivor Challenger winner and lose the match. Like that makes no sense. So, I mean, it is what it is. We obviously know now she is the champion, so all is right with the world there. But yeah, I never thought it for a second. I didn't even know the Mandy Rose thing happened, and I was calling in our group chat, she's gonna win the championship tonight.
Yeah.
And none of y'all believe me, but I didn't even know about her. I didn't even know about the whole Mandy situation. And by the way, that fucking sucks. I mean, that just goes without saying. Everything that happened with Mandy Rose over the last weekend or so, it sucks. Nobody deserves to lose the championship just because of that. But it's what the cards were dealt that night, I guess. It sucks, but she'll be fine. She'll be back in it anyway, and she already revitalized career. She's great. So Mandy's gonna bounce back, but yeah. We had Wesley in our first match tonight, taking on Channing, Stacks, Lorenzo with Tony D'Angelo. We got Stacks over here. Wesley easily won this match. I wasn't even home at this match, but Wesley obviously had to win this thing here. He's the NXT North American champion, so I wasn't gonna see Stacks winning against the North American champion. No, that ain't happening. I'm pretty sure this was a short match too, if I'm not correct.
Oh yeah, it was pretty short. Like 3 to 5 minutes, I think.
So Stacks worked over Lee. Lee sent Stacks out of the ring. He lands a dive, but ends up landing on us. Apparently, he was running really hard and he landed on Stacks' head. And the dive went a little too quick for him, I guess. After commercial breaks, Stacks is working over Wes. He fires up and lands a German suplex, does Lee, and Lee lands a backflip Pele kick for the win, and he gets the job done. There, after the match, Dijak walks down to the ring. D'Angelo attacks Lee from behind. Dijak then just glares at Lee. And we're going to get Dominic Dijakovic versus Wes Lee for that NXT North American Championship. It's only a matter of time. But,
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's going to be really cool to see. I love Dijak and the presentation of him. I really do. I think it's going to be great just to see him back as Dijak again. How long has Wesley been the champion for?
Since Halloween Havoc.
Oh, it's only been since October.
Yeah, I think so.
Then I can't see him losing it, but it's to Dijak. So I mean, I don't think it's like if you lose to Dijak, it's not going to be the end of the world because he's a beast. But
True.
It's only been October, so only a 2 month. No, considering that the next premium live event is in February, a 4-month reign. I mean, I guess if you want to really push Dijak that hard, I wouldn't be too upset about it, but I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting situation when it comes to that NXT North American title.
Oh, yeah.
Because not only does Dijak want it, but Tony D'Angelo wants it too. I like that. There's a lot of people gunning for that title. I'm here for it. We had Toxic Attraction taking on Ivy Nile for the taking on Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley for just in a regular old tag team match here. I thought this was like for a #1 contendership or something, but no. It was just tag team match going at it. This ended in a no contest, or technically disqualification, but I mean, I really didn't care for this. It led to a graphic showing up for next week where both of them are going to get shots at the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions anyway. So, it's going to be a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Toxic Attraction, Ivy and Tatum versus Kaden Carter and I always want to call her Casey. It's not Casey anymore. Katana Chance. Katana Chance. I remember it. It's just hard not for me to call her Casey. I mean, it's going to be a great triple threat match, but this ending in a no contest, I mean, what do you want me to talk about? There wasn't much.
Yeah.
There wasn't much to talk about.
Phil, I want you to break down every single punch that was thrown in a no contest. Duh.
I'll do it. I mean, it's a very
that Kevin Dunn did.
It's a very short paragraph. I mean, Kaden and Katana are out there on commentary for the match. Dolan and Jane, they quickly clear the ring from Nile and Tatum. Jane lands a dive. Jane and Dolan work on Nile. Dolan tosses Nile into Chance and Carter on the outside of the ring. And then a massive brawl broke out, which made the referee ring the bell. So, not too much I can speak about when it comes to this match, because not really much happened, and that led to the triple threat match being announced next week. So, we'll see. It's just what it is. Backstage, we saw Trick Williams telling Carmella Hayes that there is a photo of him going around of being posterized by Axiom. Williams shows Hayes the picture. Hayes goes just completely bonkers. He's like, delete that, because I'm just gonna delete Axiom tonight. There wasn't even a match between Axiom and Hayes tonight. That match isn't for next week. And he's like, listen, it's on Twitter. I can't delete it.
Yeah.
So it's is what it is. But Carmelo Hayes versus Axiom next week should be a banger. I absolutely love those two.
Oh hell yeah! Ain't no way that match is not gonna be good.
Another short match happened, and Odyssey Jones taking on Von Wagner. I thought these two hosses were gonna go kill it, and I was very disappointed. Very short match, and I mean, Odyssey got the win here. Obviously, my boy Von Wagner doesn't even get any type of recognition. What the fuck is a Von Wagner? I don't know, but he gets no recognition, and I feel so bad for my boy. TJ wants to kill me. What the fuck is a Von Wagner, TJ? Do you know?
Von Wagner is I can't. Move on.
He knows what a Von Wagner is. He just can't say it on YouTube because it's pretty bad. But
the fact we looked this shit up on stream too before.
Yeah, no. I do the whole what the fuck is a Von Wagner thing a joke. I've been doing.
I want someone to bring that up in a promo against him, bro. I want somebody to do that.
Do the whole what the fuck is a Von Wagner thing? Yeah, I think that would be absolutely hilarious.
And it'd be like, it's a, and it'd be like, you're disgusting. You know what? Let me start training. Let me go start training to be a wrestler. Give me about, about a year. Give me a year. I'll be on NXT TV. I'll see Von Wagner and be like, I looked you up. I know exactly what you are. It'll be the last time I'm ever on NXT TV too.
Devin, calm down. Calm down, Devin. I see you. I see that comment. I'm not going to acknowledge it, but I see that comment. Calm down. There was not much here. I mean, Odyssey got the win here easily. He was with Eris, Enofé, and Malik Blade. Jones chop blocked Wagner, body slam by Jones. Wagner lands a diving clothesline. Jones gets to his knee, and Wagner levels him with a clothesline to the back of the head. Jones then fires up and hits his finish for the win. And that's really it. Like, these matches are very short, and I feel like on NXT, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong or not, especially with the past few weeks, I feel like it's always like this, where there's like a ton of matches on TV, but they're just very short.
No, for sure. And I think that's because they're trying to showcase more of the talent, since they only do about like 4 to 5 big matches on pay-per-view.
Because, I mean, we had 3 matches, and I feel like we haven't even gone through the first hour yet.
No, for real.
Like NXT is about like 2 hours and 5 minutes, give or take, because they have a little bit of an overrun every time.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 hours 10 minutes if it does actually have to go that far, with the overrun. But it's the same. It's basically the same length as Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah.
And in Friday Night SmackDown, we get like we don't get like 8-9 matches on a card. Like I feel like there's not enough room to breathe on the show at times, because you just go match after match after match after match, and I'm like, is there any story between these matches? Because if they're not, they just should not be happening.
Yeah. See, what I would do, I would take Level Up off of Fridays in that competing with Rampage spot, and I would move it to Thursdays, make it another 2-hour show, like a NXT Level Up. Oh, I mean, that's what it's called. Make it like a second brand NXT so you can showcase more talent on there.
Oh, you mean NXT Dark?
Let's be honest. We would actually get to see good shit though. All right.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's what I've been called. That's what I've been calling NXT Level Up over the last few weeks
Yes.
because it's legitimately that. They're showing, they're showcasing NXT on Peacock
Yeah.
for random ass shit. I listen.
They can
Soul
even keep it
Saruka though,
on
she was.
Peacock. Just make it a 2 hour show on Thursdays instead of at fucking 10 o'clock
The,
Eastern on a Friday when you know
the
people aren't
one person
watching
I
it.
am looking forward to though because she did
Yeah.
appear was Soul Saruka, and that girl can fucking go. I saw like that. Like I don't even know what the fuck that was. She calls it the Soul
Soul
Snatchers, and she
Snatcher.
did like some
Yeah.
kind of like backflip RKO type shit. I'm like, holy fucking shit, this is gonna be great.
Uh, it was so good. I was literally like, what the fuck did she just do?
We had Ikeman Jiro, jacket time, yeah.
Philium, please show some composure.
I love Ikeman Jiro.
Bro,
Yo,
why does Mackenzie
jacket time.
Mitchell have so much heat against this man, Big Body Hobby? She
Yo,
cannot stand that man.
I first of all, I love that. I love that Mackenzie Mitchell is basically in a feud with Bonnie Hobby. It's it's
She's,
it's, inc-
the
it's
way she said,
incredible.
I hope Jiro beats you tonight. Back to you, Booker. I was like, what
It's
the fuck?
incredible. Um,
I need to see her come out there and cost him a match now at some point.
First of all, um, wait, who was Ikeman's tag team partner? I know him, but I
Kushida.
don't know his name. Kushida.
Yeah,
I know Kushida is no longer within the WWE,
sadly.
but
Ugh,
Jacket Time. That was
I'm
one of my
fucking
favorite tag teams in NXT. I'm sorry.
sure the
I
fucking
love
titles
Jacket
were
Time.
time. The fact they never held the titles once. We could have had Jacket Time versus MSK, bro.
Dude,
Jacket Time versus MSK? That's some Ring of
listen,
Honor type shit
where,
right there.
wherever you are, we miss you. We miss you. We know you had to go your separate ways, but we miss you. Ike Manjiro, though, is doing perfectly fine because he's doing the whole yeah thing, and he's got the jacket. He's just fantastic. I love him. I actually did not expect him to win this match tonight. I didn't. I thought they were gonna build up all this hype, having Mackenzie do like this whole like I hope you lose tonight to Ike Manjiro and then have him win
Mm.
just to like continue the feud basically. But no, Eichmann
You know
won,
she's just gonna troll the fuck
and
out of
that's
him.
gonna be
They'll be like, damn, you
and,
really lost. Mm, tragic.
and that's what's gonna be great. But again, there's not much to go over here, and Eichmann won pretty handily. Um, Javier, he takes advantage pretty early, but he plays to the crowd and is flattened by a Jiro dive, and then Jiro hit his finish for the win. There's not much here. There's not much to go on.
What
There was
is
four
Jiro?
matches. There was four matches in like the first hour.
Yeah, what is his finisher?
I don't know.
I always hate that when I never know a wrestler's finisher. Mm,
We had 8 matches tonight in total
God damn.
for NXT in 2 hours. That's not. That's not a good look for me. I'm sorry. Like I like that we at least get. I like that we see the talent. I do. I like that we like showcase a lot of talent here on the show. But we don't need 8 matches that like take up maybe 45 minutes of the show, basically, if that, and that's including entrances. Like I don't know. I think like, and this is just somebody can attest to this in the comments or whatever, but the pacing of this show to me is just not good. When it comes to just match after match after match, there's nothing to breathe, and I don't know. Like, the premium live events are different because you at least get the major storylines on there.
Mm.
But the show, I just don't get it. I don't know. It's now time to honor America because the New Day is here.
That's such a weird thing.
I guess New Day is just honoring America now that they're the NXT champions.
I am real American.
Don't bring that guy here, please. We're not going that far.
I'm so mad because it's such a good theme song too. God.
I mean, they obviously did this because they're pretty deadly. They were from NXT UK, so what they want to do is like, oh yeah, well, if you guys want a rematch, all you have to do is do the Pledge of Allegiance of a country that you don't actually like represent, and they're like, no, we are the heels. We do not praise America. Do this, and then the most American like tag team. Like the most American tag team in the fucking world because they're country boys. They come out with an American flag. They do the Pledge of Allegiance with the entire crowd.
To which they started chanting USA, USA, and I'm not
And
gonna
then at
lie,
the
I
end
never
of
felt more anti-American when they started chanting that shit, bro.
the segment, they were singing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh my god.
I
I don't know what it is. I like them doing a pledge and shit. That was funny to me. And them singing a
you
banner, national anthem. But it's something about when the crowd chants USA, the shit makes me hate America sometimes. I don't know why. Especially when it's two American wrestlers fighting and these motherfuckers start chanting USA. And it's like, no, it was Ricochet and Ali. When these motherfuckers were like USA. And I was like, bitch, Ali was
both
born in
from the
Chicago,
USA.
you motherfucker. Like, you stupid bitches.
I love how the World Cup tournament ended with 2 United States men.
And they still had Ali represent a different country. If that's the case, bitch, have Ali represent. Have Ricochet represent Africa then. If that's what you're gonna do, because goddamn.
Well, wait, no. Santos made it to the finals, right?
Oh yeah, it was. It was yeah. Ricochet and
Okay, so
Santos.
yeah, no. Then, well, at one point it
Yeah, it was
was
Ricochet and Ali in
America
the
versus.
semis.
At one point it was America versus America because Braun and Ricochet fought, so that was
Yeah,
America versus America, which I never understood. I was there for that one,
that
and
shit was wild.
when I saw Braun actually get pinned, I was actually legitimately shocked because I did not expect that. Um, but yeah, I don't know, but um, this was very corny to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's not that I didn't like it. I thought it was very funny, right? But this just did not pique my interest whatsoever. I love Brooks and I love Brooks and Jensen, right?
Yeah, Brooks and Jensen.
Yeah, that those for some reason I think
Or
I'm
is it
saying
Briggs?
Brooks and Jensen and they're like the actual same person, but they're not. Um, I love Brooks and Jensen. I think they're absolutely hilarious, and I really do like the making of that tag team, especially with Tatum. I think Tatum Paxley is their manager.
Fallon Hensley.
Fallon Henley, and I love Fallon. I don't know if anybody else does in here, but I love Fallon. I think she's
Hey,
got a great future.
hey.
I love Fallon. I think she's got a great future, and I think these two are easily going to be tag team champions in the future. Honestly, I'd have them beat the Creeds.
Weren't they all? Weren't they already? They were. They were UK tag champs.
They were UK tag team
Oh
champions, though.
yeah, because Brooks has that fucking fire ass move I love, where he like on the outside launches them up into the ropes and fucking clotheslines them.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love that
Oh,
fucking
did you
move
know he
so
actually
much.
got heat on? Did you know he actually got heat for that on Twitter?
Yeah, I saw somebody was like, imitation's a sincerest form of flattery. I was like, bro, shut the fuck up. It's
Well,
wrestling.
it was
Everybody
it's
steals everything.
it's
Like,
JD Drake's move. JD Drake from AEW Dark.
bitch, get on TV. Then you can talk about a move. All them damn
and,
super
and,
kicks they
and
do in AEW. Still, you don't see Shawn Michaels saying imitation's a sincerest form of flattery.
because
Stone
nobody
Cold's not
uses
saying
super
it,
kicks.
bitch. God. I hate when I'm not gonna lie. I hate when wrestlers do that, especially if it's like a generic ass move. Like imagine if JBL said that about a clothesline from hell. Like,
Well, here's the thing. I never seen that move a day in
yeah,
my life. Mainly
and I
because
get
I
that it's
don't watch.
different, but like, come on, man. I could
Mainly
go
because
through
I didn't.
JD Drake's move set and I bet you I'll find a move that he probably took from someone. Like,
I
it's
listen.
wrestling. It's gonna
I
get imitated at some point.
I personally like JD Drake. I've actually seen a lot of his career. But that to me, it definitely just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and it just did not feel absolutely necessary. But you know,
Brooks is better than me. I would have tweeted back, when's the last time you were on TV? Like, I'd have been petty as fuck. Like,
you're always petty. I feel.
I'd make a great heel. Like, I'd be
You,
so petty with wrestlers. Like, imagine if I was Riddle and Rollins talked that hot shit about my family not wanting to see me. I'd talk about how his news got leaked, about how his previous relationships. I'd talk so much hot shit, bro.
this is
Oh
crazy.
man.
Um, so let's go over the segment because these matches really they're short, so it's not gonna be too long before the end of this review here. So the New Day, these matches are short. What do you want me to say?
Trust me, I'll make this to 2 hours. Don't worry.
The New Day walked down the ramp and they announced themselves as the new WWE
Yeah.
NXT Tag Team
Team
Champions.
champions.
And Kingston reminds everybody that they are Triple Crown champions.
Mhm.
Well, he is. No, both of them are, I should say. Yeah, they
Mhm.
both are. Was as that Kingston is the first singles and tag teams Triple Crown winner.
That's so
Uh,
fallen. That's so fucking badass.
Also, he holds the record for the most tag team championships reigns in the company's history at 15. To which Booker T was saying on commentary, "That's just not fucking true. I have 16." Which you're just lying. So
I'm gonna say, Booker, why are you lying?
he's like, "That's not true. I have 16." And Vic is like, "Man, if
What are
you
you
don't shut the fuck
dumb?
up."
Oh, me.
As special as the moments is for Kingston, he says that it's even more special for Xavier Woods. He said that he was here 10 years ago when NXT got started. He actually had the first ever NXT match.
Against
And
who? Who? Who?
it's actually against Big E. Which I did kind of find hilarious. And then I actually went on YouTube to search up the first ever match in NXT. And it is 100% true. It was Xavier Woods versus Big E. And that's actually just quite hilarious.
Mm.
Was never won a title in NXT, but look at them now. And then they were just getting all hyped and crazy. Pretty Deadly then interrupts and complains about the New Day ruining their Christmas. Xavier then went on and said, "Listen, hey, we don't mean to ruin anybody's Christmas. Santa's in attendance. We can't do that to him." And then they panned and they panned to the person that was actually dressed up as Santa, and the crowd just goes crazy chanting Santa. Prince says that they want their rematch. Kingston notes that Pretty Deadly are super talented, and they're gonna have a bread feature ahead of them, and that's a shoot. That's a shoot.
Yeah.
I really do think he kind of went a little off script there and might just, you know, gave them their validation because they are an incredible tag team. And I can't wait to see what they do on the main roster. They're more than main roster ready already.
Facts.
They don't need anything more from NXT. They'd be perfectly fine on the main roster. I believe that. One says that they just need one more thing from Pretty Deadly. And Pretty Deadly were actually pretty, like that they were pretty like responsive and everything. They're like, sure, why not? Give it to us. And then they're like, oh yeah, you just have to cite the Pledge of Allegiance.
So which they said, fuck you.
And then at this point, and I'm legitimately not even lying to you, and look at me when I'm saying this, like, because when he said, all you have to do is just cite the Pledge of Allegiance, I was like, damn it. Why? Like, we were so good.
Bill said every American bone in my body left at that moment.
We were doing so well. Like this was such a great segment, and then it just has to turn silly. And I'm like, I get it.
Was that their way of trying to plug tribute to the troops without saying it?
That's exactly what I thought.
Damn it! They got us. God damn it!
It's exactly what I thought of too. And I'm like, as soon as this is going good, you're actually making it silly because of the whole Pledge of Allegiance thing. I'm like, guys, come on. Why? Why do we have to do this? Like, we go 2 steps forward in this bitch and then 3 steps back. Why? First, it was the black goo from the referee, and now we are saying the pledge.
It's like the weirdest haunted house ever.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
It's like a haunted house on 4th of July.
Next, we're legitimately going to have Apollo Crews dress up as a werewolf, and he's going to have fangs.
I'll tell you right now, if he does that,
First of all, I'm a fucking, Nostradamus here, Philstradamus here.
And then I'm going to cuss you out for even putting that shit in the air and giving them the idea of it.
Listen, it's still Bruce. It's still Bruce and Sean. So, I mean, Sean, I don't mind.
For every good that Sean does, Bruce reminds us who the fuck he is. For every Undertaker moment, there's a gobbledygooker.
I can't believe that still happened.
They really debuted on the same fucking night. That's wild. That's really wild.
So Briggs and Jensen then ran out with an American flag in tow. If the New Day is given out tag team championship matches for saying the pledge, then fuck it, sign us up. And they just, stand there, hands over hearts, and just
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
They just said it. And
meanwhile, this is why we lost Vietnam. This right here is why we lost Vietnam.
I can't deal with this shit. I really can't. So Briggs, Jensen, and the New Day, they recite the Pledge of Allegiance together with the crowd. And then Woods and Kingston promised them that they will get the title shot next week.
Meanwhile, Pretty Deadly's like, what the fuck just happened?
Why'd you say fuck me for? What
What'd you say fuck me for?
He's like, well, yeah, you didn't say it, bitch. So get out.
Imagine it being the other way. Pretty Deadly's like, oh, just recite God Save the Queen. I'm like, bro, nobody knows that. Everyone knows the Pledge of Allegiance because we shove it down people's throats. Who the fuck knows God Save the Queen?
We love you, people in England. Don't whatever he says. It's not
shit recently. I love some of y'all.
It is
the ones of y'all that eat your beans and toast and just mind your business. I like y'all. But the ones of y'all that go out there and be like, America's schools are shooting galleries.
This is
those are the ones where I'm like, all right, what color are the Queen's shoes right now? Hmm.
This is definitely not the reflections of me. I
I'm
love
just
y'all.
saying.
I love
No,
everybody that
I,
is a
you
part
know,
of the OTP community.
I love the UK, but if you think about it, they copy a lot of shit we do. For example, we had a president that cheated on his wife, Bill Clinton, and they now have a king who cheated on his wife, in Charles. Sounds pretty American, if you ask me. Uh,
I
you
don't
know,
know, but
our government killed a leader. Their government killed Diana. They
okay. Listen,
they
we're
they
not
just
getting
copy a
into
lot of American things.
we
If you
are
ask
not getting into it, bro.
That's okay. They
G-
even think it. They even know it. They say it themselves. I heard it from them. They're the ones who told me.
JD McDonagh took on
Ah,
Brutus Creed.
I hate him so much. I hate him so much.
He took on Brutus Creed. Um, and he JD won.
Uh,
JD won.
Shawn, that's a L for Shawn Michaels. That's a L.
McDonagh tries to hit Brutus. They say it was Julius Creed that was in the match. It wasn't. It was Brutus.
They don't even look alike, bro. How the fuck they messed that up?
McDonagh tries to hit Brutus with a steel chair early on in the matchup, but Sangha
Phil,
and
don't talk about
Veer.
his head like that. Don't talk about JD's head like that. I know it's big and flat, but you ain't got to call it a steel chair.
No, they legitimately tried to search for a steel chair, you idiot. This fucking guy. Look at this guy.
Wait, did you say Veer? What the fuck did he have to do with this? Aren't they in a
Veer
whole
and
different
Sangha.
storyline?
You didn't see this?
Oh yeah, they're feuding with the Creeds. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot. I was like, wait a
Look
minute.
at this fucking guy.
Well, it's been a long night, man. I had 3 different doctor's appointments today. All right, it's been a long night.
Look at this fucking guy in front of his transparent brick wall motherfucking ass.
I
That
can't
he's
afford a
phasing
green
through.
screen, Phil. Them bitches are like $200.
He's
I don't know
legitimately
why.
phasing through the brick wall. We
It's called powers, Philium. Sorry, you don't have the powers like me.
my background's at
Oh
least
shit, I fell.
decent. I
Oh
got some
shit, I
pictures
just fell on
behind
my
me. I'm trying to
shit.
get posters next week.
Uh,
And now he's John Cena. We just can't see him.
Damn, I fell out of my chair. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like
Fuck.
on the ground right now.
You good?
My chair broke. My chair broke.
There's never a fucking dull moment on this podcast. There's just not.
This shit really broke. I'm gonna whoop Amazon's ass. This chair cost me like $150. That's wild.
There's never a fucking dull moment. Okay, so back to everything while he gets his shit fixed. And yes, Zay, a brick wall. You missed a lot. The man's chair broke. He fell. And I think he's gonna, he's just gonna go rogue.
Damn it! Look at this. Look at this bullshit.
What did you do?
Oh my god! Bitch won't even stand up. Won't stand up. Oh my god! This is what Raw feels like every week. I just want y'all to know that. Bro, oh my god! What the fuck?
Yeah, no, that chair's done.
Is it sittable for now? Let's see.
Nope.
Oh shit. We're just gonna. Anyway, back to our previously scheduled program.
So, I mean, I there, we had this match. It was very short. JD won, but that's not really what I was looking forward to
Did
here.
he win with
What
a
I was
headbutt on his big ass head? Is that how he won? Fucking big ass, steel ass, flat
he
ass head.
he hit the devil inside, which apparently it's like that Saito suplex he does
He doesn't
apparently.
deserve
So
that move. He should do a headbutt with his big ass head. Fucking steel ass jaw. Looks like he chews on steel. His jaw's literally like.
he's got
Like,
a chiseled jaw, dude. What do you want him to do?
of course it's chiseled because his head's giant as fuck. It's gotta be.
It's his facial structure. What do you?
He has a giant ass head. I fucking hate him. I don't know why.
I do like that Doomsday Saito suplex that he does. I mean, I know it's not carrying cross
That shit is cold. Especially to
but
pull
but
into
but it is really cool.
The pull into it is so fucking cold too. I'm not gonna lie. He's still got a big ass head.
So up next we had a debut and Lyra Valkyria, and
Speak your
she
shit,
just
Phil. I know how you feel about this one.
she basically squashed Amari Miller, and I absolutely loved it. First of all, because I love Valkyria. She just has it. You know, she's gonna be a star within this division. She's going to be a champion by at least 2024, and I'm marking that right now. I think she's just an incredible in-ring talent. She has the look, she has the charisma, she definitely has the presentation down. And she's just going to be an absolute star within this company. They're positioning her to be a champion, and she will be a champion. Who did Valkyria used to be? It's actually not too far off. From what her real name is. Let me get her Twitter though, just to be sure. Okay. Gosh, he's very hard to find on Twitter. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later, Zay. I'm legitimately. It's very hard to find her on Twitter. Why is it so hard?
I'm not lie, that shit just popped up earlier for me.
Okay. I have no idea how to say her her first name from before, but it's AOIFE Valkyrie.
Alfie?
I
Iffy?
guess it's Alfie.
Iffy?
Maybe.
F it? Fuck it?
Oh my, really? That was her name before.
Brit or Afy?
And apparently she was in NXT UK, and I just found her now. So, listen, I'm very impressed with her. I think she had an impressive debut, and I think we got a star in our hands. Watch out for her in 2023. That's all I'm saying. So Miller actually did get some offense here, from what it definitely did look like. She swept Valkyria's leg and his senton for a very close near fall of Valkyria. Catches Miller with a kick and lands one of her own. Then she hit a frog splash from the top for the win. I thought when she hit a frog splash for the win, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it would have been a way more impactful move. I thought she would have had a way more impactful move with the presentation that she has upon her.
Yeah.
But no, it's just a frog splash and that was it. And and yeah, but I think she has a very, very good look about her. We got something going for her. She's gonna be a star. Um, Backstage, we saw Kiana James. God, I love me some Kiana James. She really impressed during the match on
I
Saturday.
decided I'm gonna mute myself during this Kiana James talk. Otherwise, I might do something I'll regret later and get the stream banned. So
God, well, you also
you know what? I'll just say it.
win this.
Kiana James is so
Good boy. Thank you for doing that. Um,
It's
what's going
pronounced
on, Zay?
Eefy,
Eefy? Okay.
which is the dumbest shit, bro. I got a problem with
Well,
people who
she's
spell
not
this
known
shit.
as that anymore, so we're
yeah.
good.
So that's what I'd like to do.
Look. Eefy. The name is spelled Ioife, if I'm correct.
You're wrong. Aoife.
That's Eefy. What universe does that spell Eefy?
I guarantee you, she's Scottish. She's Scottish.
No. I think it might be Greek. I don't look. Listen to me, because I knew this one girl whose middle name was Eve. Do you know how this spelled Eve?
Wait, let's take a guess.
A-E-H. O-B-H.
Nigga, did you say B?
Yes, I said B.
And it's Eve.
A-O-I-B-H. Eve. What universe? What generation?
I don't know if that's
Bro, I swear to God.
B-H
I
don't
told
make a
that
B
bitch. I
sound.
told that bitch her middle name was IOB the entire time, and I don't care what nobody say to this day. Her middle name is IOB.
I got
That's
no idea.
wild.
But she looked very good tonight. I really dig the presentation. I think she's going to be an absolute star. She will be champion by at least 2024. Mark my words. She will be. Kiana James though,
yeah,
she's going to be champion by 2023.
And again, with Kiana
is going to be
James,
her year.
you know, sometimes I look at her.
That's a crazy gamble, but I'm with it.
I just
This man.
He's just.
Is this man?
I mean, listen, I get it. I mean, people are really into her type of a gimmick, but
No, you're really into that type of gimmick. I'm looking at you, Phil.
no.
We don't see the behavior.
yeah.
We don't see the behavior.
No, we're compiling your list. First, dentists, now office women, goth thunderstorm girls.
What are you
Whose
talking
names
about?
are spelled fucking weird.
I respect Thunder Rosa in
Is
everything that she does.
Is that what you want to call it now? Okay. Is that what we're calling
You
it?
guys never even knew that I liked Thunder Rosa up until recently, so
Actually, I was talking about NXT and her thunderstorm entrance, but now we know you have a thing for Thunder Rosa too. Good to know.
Okay.
So Texas Evil Cow. Awesome.
It could be worse.
Not even gonna get
You could be addicted to goth muscle women. It's rough over here.
I fucking
It's
hate
real rough over here.
I fucking hate you guys. So Kiana James, she was giving Jensen a present early for Christmas. She gave him a dress shirt, one that actually fits, so that he can actually be presented as a champion for when they try to win the titles next week. In the background, the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Carter and Chance, they are brawling with Nile, Paxley, and Toxic Attraction, which led to the announcement of the Triple Threat tag match for the titles next week. So there you go. We then had Damon Kemp and Duke Hudson, and once again another short-ass match, bro. This was match number 7 of 8 on the night. What do you want me to say? This match was short as fuck.
Even the main event was short.
All of these matches were short tonight. Even the NXT Women's Championship match, I didn't feel like was too long.
I was watching live stream and I was at a title match with 7 minutes left on the show.
Yeah, like it's not. And the NXT Women's title match is easily the longest match of the show.
And that started at 9:54 and only went for like 10:03.
Like,
it's not even, that's like a 9-minute match. What the fuck?
I just don't like the pacing of the show at all. I don't like the pacing of NXT. And nothing breathes. And I've said this multiple times on this stream.
Because, I mean, I feel like you could give someone like Damon Kemp a lot more time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think Damon has a lot of potential.
Damon Kemp is what WWE hopes Gable Steveson will be.
Yes.
Imagine he gets outshined by his brother. That'd be some wild shit. If Gable doesn't fulfill.
Yeah.
Damon Kemp is his fucking brother, isn't he?
Yep.
So, yeah.
It reminded me a lot.
The motherfucker looks smack alike, so he better.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. The first time I saw Damon Kemp, I
thought that was him.
I legitimately thought it was him.
I was like, he's a lot shorter than I remember.
I legitimately thought that it was Gable Steveson. I'm like, all right, well, at least they're putting him on NXT and not putting him to the main roster. And then Lob told me, Phil, that's not even him.
You could give Damon Kemp more time, maybe throw Gable Steveson in NXT properly with his brother in a tag team. Have them run back with the Creeds.
Dude, imagine Kemp and versus the Creeds? Dude.
Even though I think the Creeds might need to be a WrestleMania call-up. I'm going to say it now. Main roster tag division needs some life.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you right now, if they're actually not the ones to beat the New Day, I'd be very shocked.
Or hear me out. What if we get the SmackDown there like with New Day winning tag titles? We're gonna trade them to NXT, and we get a trade back, and they get the Creeds.
I don't know. I just find it very hard not to believe that they will be NXT Tag Team Champions at some point. I do think the Creed brothers are going to be the ones to beat the New Day. It's just a matter of when are they actually going to be able to do it.
Yeah, it's a matter of do the Creeds get caught up before they beat the New Day, or will they be the ones to beat the New Day and then lose it before a call up? Because
this entire reign, it's very reminiscent to me to when Dolph won the NXT title. It made legitimately.
I don't want it to be that short, but
yeah,
it made legitimately no fucking sense for him to win that title, and then all of a sudden we saw Braun on Raw win the championship back, which led to the reign that he's on now. If it leads to them, let's just say the Creed brothers just randomly showing up on a Friday Night SmackDown to win the titles, cool. Bring it back to NXT, do the whole thing there, have them have a lengthy title reign, and then get called up. Maybe, I don't know, but
I feel like with going back to the Dolph Ziggler thing, where they messed up with Dolph Ziggler is, Dolph is one of those guys that you should have had the title on a lot longer because of the matches he can have with the younger guys and the amount of light he can get them with main roster fans. Dolph is a good worker.
He definitely
would have put a lot of those guys over huge people like Joe Gacy, that's my guy.
Yeah.
JD McDonagh, whatever. Don't Google me. Breakker, Von Wagner, all these people. I feel like he would have helped them get over a lot. I feel like they need to do that with the New Day and the tag division, because the New Day could have some absolute bangers going through that tag division for like a good 2-3 months.
I can't wait to see next week's match.
You know what would have been fire? New Day versus MSK.
Would have been great too.
They got New Day and the Grizzled Young Veterans right there now.
Yeah.
That's a heater waiting to happen.
Well, wait. Isn't GYV is a part of
Joe Gacy's thing.
That was Joe Gacy. Yeah, they're a part of Joe Gacy's thing, but they're not known as GYV, obviously.
They're
Schism now, but
New Day versus Trick and Mello.
Trick and Mello you can do. I mean, there's a lot of potential for them being the NXT Tag Team Champions, and like I said before in our NXT review, from Deadline, whoever wins against the New Day and becomes the Tag Team Champions, they're a set tag team. They're made.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of who is going to be able to do it.
Yeah. Not only are you beating the former longest reigning tag team champions, the greatest tag team in WWE history, the most decorated tag team in WWE history, I think, or one of them at least, but you're also beating a former world champion in Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, they're going to be a made tag team, whoever it is, and I do think it is going to be the Crees. It's just a matter of how long is this really going to be? How long of a story is this going to be for them, and where it could possibly take place?
I'm not against Schism beating them, and then Joe Gacy taking someone's title, and Ava Raine taking out Roxanne. Sorry, seeing that thing, that would be a nice sight, in my opinion.
Having all a Schism win gold.
I'm telling you, those are my guys now. I'm telling you. JYV better have a banger year next year.
I like Joe. I do. And I really do like the potential of Ava. I just like GYV when they were GYV. I don't.
I feel like, now that there's Schism, it might take away some of the, value in the name, but they're the same wrestlers.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what matters. We're still going to get the bangers.
It's going to be a very interesting ride for all of those guys, especially, and then especially for this tag team division. So, I'm here for it. It's just a matter of what's really going to be the story in all of this. But Damon Kemp and Duke Hudson, I mean, it was a very short match. I don't know what you really want me to say. Hudson picked up the win here in the short match, and we'll see where things go from there. Obviously, Chase U is still on the rise from what I can see. But then we had the main event. The longest match of the night, even though it wasn't all that long. The NXT Women's Championship match between Mandy Rose, coming into this match at a 314-day reign as the NXT Women's Champion, the third longest in the championship's history. Taking on Roxanne Perez, who was not only the breakout star of winning that tournament, but also winning the Iron Survivor Challenge. Big underdog story throughout the entire year for her, to be just completely fair. And now, with the attack from the beginning of the show, is she going to be able to do this? How is this going to work out? She ultimately does. And she's now the new NXT Women's Champion.
Is it time, William?
We talked about it at the top. We all love how she did this.
Yeah.
It's great.
I love that Roxanne is champion. We're not going to talk about how, it's kind of weird that they had her immediately challenge for the title. Right away. That didn't seem right to me.
We talked about it at the top. It was always going to be her winning the championship. It just had to be her and happenstance.
That should have simmered for a lot longer, especially if you were going to end Mandy's title reign. Like it just being like, oh, the match is tonight. Let that simmer, let that build.
Well, we all know why.
Yeah, we know why, but monetization. But it's unfortunate. I do feel like maybe with the run Mandy was on, she deserved a little bit more respect at the end than that.
Yeah.
You normally have the match times, I'm guessing, around 9 minutes. And,
Yeah, it was around a 9 to 10 minute match. It wasn't...
15 minutes would have been nice. Maybe 2-3 weeks to actually build up a story for these women would have been nice.
Well, this match was supposed to happen at Vengeance Day, but with everything going on, they decided to have the match soon. And they're probably going to take her off TV.
Wait, I don't think it's about that. Because they've had nudes leak before and didn't punish wrestlers. Rollins had his nudes leak and didn't get punished. So if it is because of that, then some shit's really about to go down on WWE's part. So I think there's something else going on. I think Mandy asked for time off, maybe. I'm not saying she did, but I'm saying it's a possibility because, like I said, they've had wrestlers' nudes leak before in the past and they didn't get punished.
It just feels like a very weird situation. And I think when it all comes down to it...
I think if you look at Paige was punished.
Oh, Paige was severely punished, yeah, but...
Even Rollins kind of got, some backlash, right? He was taken off TV for a few weeks. I think he was champion at the time, too. But, they didn't take the title off him.
This definitely felt like some type of punishment for me. And
I would hope Mandy just asked for time off. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like I said, there should have been more story, more time, all that shit.
And we would have had a story. We would have definitely had a story if it actually did go down the way it was supposed to go down. But this definitely just felt... It definitely felt rushed at the end of the day, but we know the reason why. And now they're going to take her off television for a little bit. She's going to, she's going to take some time to think things over. She doesn't really have anything to think over. It was just a fucked up situation.
Yeah. And if this was the original plan and this isn't any situation, then this completely fell flat for me. Because as soon as I figured, okay, the women's title match tonight, Roxanne's gonna win. There's nothing there for me right now.
And also, and I'm not even lying when I say this too, I had no idea about the situation, right? With Mandy. I had no idea. I was just texting the chat. I'm like, listen, she's winning the title tonight. Because of that announcement. Because of that entire segment, I said she's winning the title tonight. Nobody fucking believed me. And then all of a sudden...
I didn't know about it either until I was doing my show on Sunday. And this nigga TJ just popped in and said, whoa, Mandy road leaks. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I had no idea about it. But then I saw that segment. I'm like, she's winning the title tonight. And then they're like, how? It's just way too soon. I'm like, she's not being the number one position, going 25 minutes, winning the match, becoming the first ever Iron Survivor, and losing the shot at the championship. Right. She's just not losing.
Maybe Grayson Waller would have lost, but not.
Grayson Waller is not losing this match either. When he gets that match, he is not losing that title match. He's becoming the NXT champion. And that's your way to get Braun up to the main roster. Because Braun is ready for the main roster. There's...
Yeah, but hope. I'm not the biggest Bron Breakker fan, but it is time for him to move on.
Mandy had an amazing title run. There's no doubt about it. She revitalized her career in NXT.
Yeah.
She needs to go up to the main roster now.
If she was if she comes back to the main roster, I think she has a completely different run. Bring Toxic Attraction with her.
You bring all.
I have no problem seeing Gigi Dolan on my screen.
You bring all of them to the main roster.
Yeah.
Mandy, Gigi, JC, you're bringing all of them.
Honestly, if there's any type of exodus we need to see in NXT right now, it needs to be women's tag teams call-ups. Because their women's tag team scene on the main roster is obviously pretty fucked. I think it's time to retire the NXT women's tag team titles.
They didn't even need to be existed. They did not need to exist.
They only came into existence because Vince McMahon really didn't want to deal with NXT with the titles as well.
The whole point of the NXT, not the NXT, the whole point of the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, and they said this from the point of existence, was that it was going to travel between all three brands, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. They did that. They had one match for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles on NXT. It was a very long time ago, but you can go back. You can see it. And it is there.
I think they had two, because I think they had one where Sasha and Bayley came down there. And then another one where the team actually won the titles, but they then forfeited them for the NXT women's titles. Like Dakota and Raquel.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, like, the whole point was to travel between three brands, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, fuck it. I guess we kind of have to have them too, and then that's when Triple H and Shawn said, all right, we're going to make women's tag team titles for NXT. They didn't need to happen.
Right, so it's time you retire them, you let the women's tag team titles travel between all three brands, call up a few teams if you're not going to do that, call up like Katana Chance and Kate
and Carter, she's still known as that.
Yes. Call them up. Call up Toxic Traction. What other women's tag teams are there down there?
You know, I think having those 5 people is enough. Because we don't want to, just completely take away everything from the women's division.
Yeah, true.
So, like, I think if they lose the tag team titles next week in that triple threat match, I'm not going to be shocked, because they are more than main roster ready, and they've been main roster ready even before they were a team. So they're fine. I mean, hell, we've seen Casey Catanzaro in at least 2 women's Rumbles already, so she's been ready. So I think it's time. I think it's time we at least give somebody else a chance with those women's tag team titles, and I think they've had a great reign with them anyway. From what I hear, I don't know. You guys watch NXT?
I don't watch NXT either, but I would say, what was I already saying? I don't think we'll see Mandy back until the Rumble. I think Roxanne's going to be in the Rumble for what it's for, so we're probably going to face off for that. I'm also hoping we see a lot of NXT women in the Rumble overall. Like, I want there to be at least 8. Leave some room for, like, surprise entrance.
And for the love of God, don't tell us who's in it this time. Fucking hell.
Right. Even though the surprise entrants are always the same, just don't tell us. Like, we know it's going to be Lita. We know Trish might get in there and do a little something. We know Molly Holly's on the call.
Kelly's going to be there.
Yeah. Michelle McCool, like, rumbling around every fucking January. Gets her away from Mark. Maybe Layla might step back in. E. Torres, perhaps. Nikki Bella's for sure at this point.
Caitlin's going to be there.
Yeah. I feel like the only real shock.
I feel like Kane should just make a comeback. Period. I think she's just fantastic.
she did for a little bit, but then she kind of just I don't want to wrestle. But so I feel like Caitlyn might be there. If the real only shock to my system they could hit me with at this point is if they somehow that timer clicks down and then it's light it up. Then,
oh my god! Imagine AJ.
I'm gone. I'm never fucking playing.
I'm running around the house.
Exactly.
running around the house.
I'm running straight out my front door, holding my phone, and just darting.
Another one that would actually genuinely surprise me is Kairi Sane. If Kairi Sane just randomly made a comeback. I mean, I know I think she's the. Isn't she the New
Stardom
Japan's
Women's
Women's Champion?
She's the IWGP
Started.
Women's Champion.
Yeah, so basically New Japan Women's Champion. That would just be a great moment for her, not only coming back to WWE, but would be a really cool chance to see somebody.
Random comment here. I don't know if they're gonna have a women's match at the New Japan show that's gonna be airing in the middle of tonight. But if they do, what are the chances we see Sasha?
Hi.
Well, wait, then she's appearing at Wrestle Kingdom, not anywhere else, from what I see, from what I hear. So
right, but if she's gonna if the rumor is that she might be booked to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom.
And that's what, January 4th?
Yeah, and they're making comparisons to Jericho. So I'm seeing maybe like a video package for Kairi. Something like that. Maybe they just play the video package overall during the show. But just a thought. If this is the plan and she is going to be in Wrestle Kingdom, I want to know. What do you think the chances are?
I mean, there's always a chance, but it's just a matter of what's really the schedule like. So wait, there's 2 days for Wrestle Kingdom now?
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom's
or has there always been?
No.
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom's been 2 days for quite a few years. That's where WrestleMania, they got the idea for WrestleMania to be two nights for it.
Oh.
Okay. So January 4th, I only heard the January 4th date. That's why I'm kind of shocked that it's the 21st.
So, like, since
so,
I doubt they'll want to put any WWE and AW guys on the same night due to, company politics. I don't see that happening. I could see Kenny and Ospreay being night 2. And then Carl Anderson will be on night 1, perhaps. Sasha.
Well, the matches on January 4th are already announced.
What are the January 4th matches?
So we got Jay White and Kazuchika Okada for the heavyweight title. We got Kairi taking on Tam Nakano for the women's title.
That's interesting.
Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ren Narita in the tournament finals for the inaugural NJPW World Television title. Okay, so there was a television title tournament that happened over the course of the months here. We got Tajiri versus El Desperado, Homaru Takashi, and Master. It's Takahashi. And then Master Watu or Wado. It's probably Watu. Fatal 4-way for the junior heavyweight title. Ospreay and Omega for the US title. TJP and Francesco Akira. So catch 2-2. I think maybe they do 22. I don't know. Versus the Bullet Club's Ace Austin and Chris Bay, or Chaos's Yoan Lee Rush for the junior heavyweight tag titles. Then we got FTR versus Aussie Open, or Bishamon for the tag titles too. So That's the junior heavyweight tag titles from the last one. Okay, so yeah, I forget there's 2 tag team titles in New Japan. But yeah, those are 7 matches for January 4th. Second night hasn't been announced yet. So Carl Anderson is mostly going to be on night 2.
Yeah. Which I mean, already like kind of sees my point. I could also see Sasha being night 2 if they're gonna do that, because I could see maybe whoever wins the title match, maybe a nice little come in after that. I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm still unsure if we're even gonna see Sasha in New Japan. I know she wants to do it, but do they?
I think it's honestly, if anything, if Sasha is going to be in Japan, I think it's just an appearance. I don't know if it's really going to be in a match.
I don't think so. Because the rumors is they're paying her $105K, which is more than Jericho. I don't think they're paying $105K for just an appearance.
I think they would. I really do. I think they would.
If they are, that's fucking wild.
Well, Sasha's all about that money.
That for an appearance.
I get that she's all about the money,
if they're
but
throwing that type of money around at a Sasha Banks,
she would
they're
want
talking
that money
wrestling.
just for an appearance.
She could pull that money for an appearance, absolutely.
Yes.
But I don't think
Japan is not. She's a Western talent. Japan is not going to throw that type of money at her unless they're talking wrestling.
I think anybody would throw that money to her, regardless.
Not for just an appearance.
I think anybody would throw that money for her.
Not Japan. That's what I'm saying. Not a Japanese wrestling promotion
I think
like New Japan.
Anybody. You're not listening to me. I think anybody would throw that money towards her easily. And is that a dog? That's a dog's tongue. I don't know. Maybe it is a match. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But anytime, any place, they would throw that money towards her regardless. Anybody would.
Look, all I'm saying is, if she's going to be at New Japan, right, with the record she has of wanting to wrestle in New Japan and all that, there's no way in hell New Japan didn't come to the table like, we want you to wrestle. What do you want to wrestle?
Maybe. Okay. Well, listen. If it's
perhaps, right? It's
if it's a match
to wrestle. If it is a match, because there are also still rumors about her fucking teaming with Saraya.
Oh yeah, because of the whole Bow Wow shit.
So, if anything, I think it's going to be very telling if she wrestles at if she's even at Wrestle Kingdom. It'll be very telling for the 2023. Because if she shows up, I don't think she's going back to WWE.
Oh no. Now I think she's basically done with WWE if she wrestles in Japan.
No, not even wrestling. If she shows up at all, I don't see her going back to WWE. If she wrestles, I think that kind of locks her in to be Saraya's partner for AEW. So, it's a matter of, if she shows, we're going to see a lot of WWE fans hit south. If she wrestles, shit going to hit the fucking fans so hard, it's going to be a shitstorm at this motherfucker.
I'm watching Wrestle Kingdom regardless, so so it's going to be a great time. We already talked about the NXT Women's Championship match at the beginning of the show, so
I think
we talked about
just waiting for his chance to be nasty.
Yeah. We talked about it all at the beginning of the show, so it's going to be so if you guys missed anything, you guys can just go to the top of the hours, basically top of the hour, to just hear our appreciation for everything that kind of happened. So it was great. She's going to be a great champion. She's going to lead this women's division to the future, and that's exactly what we've been wanting. Mandy's more than ready for the main roster at this point, and there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She's just fine with that. When it's time, no, because they're obviously going to give her some time to breathe after everything that happened, and we're good to go. just your normal NXT episode tonight. There wasn't really anything too special other than the title win. So yeah.
I think it was a pretty standard episode of NXT from what I see and hear. They kind of got me as soon as I heard the probability of Roxanne winning. I tuned in, so they got that.
Yeah.
I don't ever watch NXT. Probably won't watch next week, but I wish it was a better show tonight because it's very rare NXT actually gets me to tune in. So when I do, I always hope for a better show because I miss being able to watch NXT and enjoy it.
It's just bittersweet. I love that Roxanne won the championship. But it's just the way that it all happened.
Right.
And it kind of just feels like a downplay of it all. And I'm not trying to discredit any of them. It's
And the crazy
just
part is that I think, being realistic, right? Niggas see titties on a daily fucking basis. I think motherfuckers would have forgot about this within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think WWE should have just carried the fuck on with their story. Especially for a nigga on Twitter, bro. It's so fucking nuts.
I mean, I understand the way that they wanted to do this. They had the whole, underdog story of like the attack at the beginning of the show to get it going. Like, oh yeah, can she actually do this after everything that she's been going through, all this stuff? And she did, and it was a great moment. But it was just downplayed after everything.
Part of me hopes this was the original plan because I severely hope that this wasn't a punishment to someone who doesn't deserve to be punished over these weirdo niggas on the Twitter app.
I agree, but I do somehow think it is. They're taking her off of television easily for the next few weeks to either talk to her about some things and get things straightened out or what have you. But she's had this for a while. She had the thing even before, so it's not like there's an edict now. And when Triple H took over, the edict was gone for all the non-WWE things. You can have that now. You can have a Twitch. You can have all that kind of stuff. So like, the edict was gone when Triple H took over. So I don't understand why they kind of need to talk to her now. It's been a thing, but we'll see.
If this is the case, and that's a heavy if, I don't think it would be because she has it. I would be thinking it's because of all the leaks. They don't want that image, and they would wait for it to pass over.
I mean, yes, it definitely would be about the situation. But because of the situation, there could also be some talks like, all right, well, I mean,
what's the best
are we
idea?
gonna keep this thing or what? Because you can't do this again. But it's not her fault. So, like, I don't know. It's going to be a very, very touchy situation, and they will address it in the according way that they see fit. But other than that, we really can't talk about it all that much more because we don't know it all, and the fact of the matter is, it's not our problem to deal with.
It's just crazy. Niggas pay for something, and then waste their money trying to get a Twitter follow. It's nuts. It makes no sense. None at all.
Yeah. I don't know. But that was your NXT review, guys, for tonight. If you guys liked what you heard tonight, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We will be going live tomorrow for the AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming post-show. And NJF, sorry, Johnny, if you're seeing this. He's retaining. But I love I love Ricky.
Wait.
What now? What now?
Roxy! But another thing, William, since you brought up MJF And Ricky Starks, I see you're on Team MJF, but I just got to tell you, tomorrow night on Dynamite, Stroke Daddy Absolute Ricky Starks is going to take the responsibility from MJF, little boy. He's going to take that responsibility that he deserves. And for those who disagree, thank you, fuck you, goodbye.
See you later. He's retaining that title. I love Ricky. Don't get me wrong, people, but it's
If it
MJF.
even is a question, like, come on now. MJF just got that bitch a couple of weeks ago. Stop.
It's MJF.
Stop.
But I'm telling you though, right now, that this feud between Ricky Starks and MJF it's gonna be carrying on for like years to come. Like this is going to be your money making feud for AEW. This is just an incredible feud. But yeah, stay tuned for the NXT for the AEW review tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for all coming on in. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you tomorrow.